Okay, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome to BWTM Online. If you haven't already hit the subscribe button, please do hit that subscribe button. So we're talking Anthony Joshua versus Big Baby Miller, the press conference, and this is the reaction video to that. I've only just got to see this because I was elsewhere doing other things. I'm sure you all know what that probably was I was doing, but yeah. Anyway, let's talk about this. CB Sports TV, shout out to my brother from the States. Now, first of all, I'm not surprised that Miller conducted himself in the manner that he did. I'm not surprised that Miller shoved Anthony Joshua. I'm not surprised that Miller is behaving the way that he is. Me personally, if I was managing a fighter to beat Anthony Joshua, the first thing I would be doing, which Miller just did, is get up inside of Anthony Joshua's face. The public perception is that, oh, if you get into Joshua's face, he's going to get mad. Well, and he's going to throw punches and he's going to knock people out. Well, yeah, that's the case. But I guess we're in the sport of boxing. So that system and the fact that Miller has come from a different art, you know, he's come from a kickboxing background and he's fought some very tough men in that background. And now he's coming into the world of boxing. There is nothing. Miller, this can work two ways as well. I look at it. This can go two ways the way I look at it. Now, first and foremost, there are a lot of people that think that Joshua's going to go over there and destroy Miller in a round or two. He may do that. But keep in mind, this is a UK fighter going to America. And Joshua hasn't fought in America yet. So we don't know how he's going to react to being in America. It's all well and good saying, oh, Joshua's going to spark him in a couple of rounds. Well, I can't remember the last time that Anthony Joshua sparked somebody in a couple of rounds or a round or two. I'm not sure if he's going to do that to Miller. And if he doesn't, and if he can't knock Miller out in a couple of rounds, the thing is, there's certain things in boxing, and these are for people who've been watching boxing a long time. There's certain things in boxing that you need to be aware of. A man who's got nothing to lose is a very dangerous man. Lennox Lewis was never meant to lose to Hasim Rahman. Lennox Lewis was never meant to lose to Mike Tyson. James Buster Douglas was never meant to beat Mike Tyson. Evander Holyfield wasn't touted to beat Mike Tyson. Leon Spinks, with only 8 fights, or 8 fights. A novice, more or less, in the pros, goes on and beats Muhammad Ali. The word upset is in boxing for a reason, and no fighter in boxing is don't care what your name is. Every fighter is a fight away from an upset. Every fighter, apart from if you retire unbeaten. So to just say, well, he's just going to knock him out. Well, let's look at it. Let's look at it into a little more context, a little deeper. I know that Miller himself, he's trying to get in the mind of Anthony Joshua. If there's any question marks about Joshua's mental state or his mental capacity and how mentally strong he is, this is something. Now, remember, a lot of boxing fans in the UK tend to forget about, well, not tend to forget. The thing is, the culture in America is so different, so different. And I guess being married to somebody from America has given me an insight, and being around a lot more American fighters and American trainers, it's given me an insight. Things I didn't see before, now I see. I expected Miller to be rough and tumble with Joshua, to test his mettle, to see what he's about. And it's a gamble, because by doing what he's doing, pushing Joshua and showing him he's not scared and he's come to fight, that may rattle Joshua and then make him come out mad and fight mad. And if you fight mad, you're not concentrating. And if you're not concentrating, then you get caught up in a fight, not fighting your fight, but fighting the guy's fight. When you fight mad, if anyone knows about fighting mad, is that when you fight mad, you make a lot of mistakes. Fight cool. Example, Lennox Lewis when he fought Shannon Briggs. Lennox, when he fought Shannon Briggs, was fighting mad. That's what Miller wants to turn his fight into. That's what Miller wants to turn his fight into. He wants to turn it into a real grudge match. Upset him, rattle him, disrespect him, completely disrespect him, take him off his game. But it's been tricks that have been done before. It's not the first time this has happened. Maybe to new boxing fans, yes, but this has been going on for years. It's an old trick. You know, Joshua's going to be wet behind the ears coming to the States and boxing for the States the first time as a pro like this. Big stage. You know, he's not at home no more. He's fighting in America. He's coming to Miller's backyard. And the thing is, he's not just coming. It's not like how Prince Nazim Hamed, you know, when he came to America and he had the Kevin Kelly fight, or Ricky Hatton had a great following and he came to America. You got a situation here with Anthony Joshua with the whole 50 million situation where he turned down Deontay Wilder, whichever way you look at it, he is put on tape or on video with him saying, if you gave him 50 million, he'd take the fight. The fight didn't happen, and the whole negotiation thing became a bit of a laughing stock and a mockery. No, not a mockery, but just a laughing stock he's become. And so his stock may be great with British fans and people that are loyal to Joshua, but in a non-biased manner, and just a manner of how it is marketability, it's a PR disaster. It's a PR disaster, and it continues to be a PR disaster. Because he says what? He made a statement and said, oh, you know what? Tyson Fury, where are you? Let's fight. Then he's turned around and said, oh, you know, I'm interested in fighting. I'm not interested in fighting Fury. And I've got one belt. I've got all the belts. I've got most of the belts. Let Wilder come and fight me, come and face me. I don't need to go over there. Let him come here. And what's he doing now? He's now fighting in America against Big Baby Miller. So it's been it's been a whole PR disaster. It's one disaster after another, after another, after another. So then he's got to America now, and then Miller's done this and embarrassed him further. The thing is, for new people watching Anthony Joshua and watching Miller, the way Miller's carrying on is a loudmouth American. This is something that's normal. This is normal, and you got to get the credit. You got to get the respect. So unless Joshua goes out there and literally blasts Miller away in the first couple of rounds, it's not going to be good for Miller. It's not going to be good for Joshua. It really isn't. His stock as a fighter outside of the UK is what you're looking at now. What's his stock like? The question is as well, was it staged? Was this push stage? I don't think it was. But to sell tickets, this will sell tickets. You know, Miller's a great dance partner in terms of selling tickets. But what he was saying now, I understood what he was saying. The things that Miller was putting to Joshua in terms of his career and what he's achieved, and some of the things he was saying about himself, saying about Joshua, some of the things he said is the sort of stuff that one man would say to another on the street. It's nothing new. Nothing new. There's nothing in what Miller said that was, yeah, it might be offensive to some people, but I just see it as, well, that's just what to expect. You're in America. What you want a carpet laid out for you? I mean, this is to be expected. You're going into a man's backyard of America and saying you're just going to roll up there and just turn up. Do you know what I mean? This is you just don't turn up to a man's backyard and say, well, I'm the king. I'm here now. This is Miller said, get out of my face with all that shit. Get out of my face with all that. He doesn't see Joshua's being real. And he asked some real pertinent questions about Joshua and the way he put on his weight. Asked questions about Joshua and sparring. Okay, he's made in China. So what Miller's doing here, displaying here, is wily old tricks. That's what he's doing right here. That's all Miller's doing here. This is stuff that's been, and this stuff, like I said, works one way or the other. motivates. If Joshua can keep his head together, keep his cool together, and not lose his mind and get mad, then fine. But if he gets himself mad and he fights mad and he starts making mistakes, that's how you get caught. That's how you get hit. That's how you get hurt. That's how you get knocked out. Miller has absolutely nothing to lose and everything to gain. And that is what makes this fight with Miller a dangerous fight, because people are all expecting him to just go there and knock Miller out. But, you know, Anthony Joshua, for all his, you know, all the things he does well, I thought his performance against Povetkin for me was pretty impressive. I said that. The way he dealt with Povetkin was very impressive in the end. However, again, Joshua doesn't blast people out there. Joshua's not like Mike Tyson. You tell me the last guy Joshua blasted a guy in 1 or 2 rounds. He didn't blast that Dillian White like that. He blasted at Molina. Molina didn't want to be in there. But who was he really blasted at? He didn't blast Takam out. Didn't blast Parker out. And remember, Parker got dropped by Dillian White. And Takam got knocked out by Chisora. So when all these people say he's going to blast Miller out, now I don't see it. I'm sorry. Because show me a fight. He didn't even blast that Povetkin. So I don't get where this he's going to blast him out. You'd like to see him blast him out. And he has to blast Miller out. Because if he doesn't blast Miller out, he already has, in terms of America, his stock is low in America. It's not big in America. This is his call. This is his fight. This is his fight to make him something. The fight that would have made him something was the Wilder fight. But this is a fight for the American public to see what the fuss about Anthony Joshua is. But this is an ugly fight for Anthony Joshua. An ugly fight. Because Miller will throw punches all over the place. And if Joshua doesn't keep him on the end of that jab and allows Miller to get inside, because Joshua cannot fight on the inside. If the Parker fight didn't show you that, if the Takam fight didn't show you that, he can't fight on the inside. He can fight on the outside, use a nice, good, stiff jab, and hit Miller with nice right hands. But if Miller can slip them right hands and get inside, it's Christmas. It's early Christmas for Jarrell Miller. I'm telling you now, it's early Christmas for Jarrell Miller. And in one of them looping right hands, yeah, exactly. So I'm concerned about this fight. I really am. I really am. That Jarrell Miller isn't one of these guys that I don't look at size. Don't he's a big sloppy guy. You look at guys like Tim Witherspoon, world champion, Tony Tubbs, world champion. You know, body beautifuls have not been because you've got a great body doesn't make you a world champion. Joshua Seek happens to have a great physique. Holyfield happens to have a great physique. Riddick Bowe didn't have a great physique, but you couldn't tell me he wasn't a great boxer. You know, Tyson Fury doesn't have a six-pack and all the rest of it. Tyson Fury is a very talented boxer. There are a lot of boxers that don't have the physique of Anthony Joshua. So, for me, this is a dangerous fight. It's an ugly fight. And it's the heckling will continue. The heckling will continue until Joshua faces someone like until he fights Wilder or Fury, the heckling will continue. And that can get to a fighter. It really can. It can frustrate a fighter. Do you know? So for me, I hope Joshua can keep it together for his own sake. Because if he were to get beat by Miller now, that would not be good. It would not be good. It would not bode well. So, for his own sake, Miller has, to me, Miller has won round 1 or round 1-1-2 of this. Don't worry about what Miller's making. Listen, if Miller wins the heavyweight championship of the world, it is a serious problem for Anthony Joshua. Miller is no... AJ Boxing, thanks for promoting, bro. You'll get your cut too, don't worry. I don't see Joshua blasting Miller out. Sorry, I know a lot of people think that's the case. I just don't see it. But maybe I'm wrong. I don't think he blows Miller out. I'm concerned about this fight. I really am. Really concerned about this. It's a worrying fight. Because from what I'm understanding, what I've heard, and these are from people on the street that know Miller and know Miller's trainer, is that he's coming to fight. He's coming to fight. He's coming to win. Tim Witherspoon. Remember Tim Witherspoon against Frank Bruno in London? Bruno was beating his ass, beating his ass, beating his ass, beating his ass. And then Bruno ran out of steam. And then Witherspoon just turned it on and stopped Bruno. This is America. This is not the UK. Won't have the comfort the home fans. So I'm saying Miller is a dangerous, dangerous threat. For me, he's dangerous. He's dangerous because he's got nothing to lose. He's unbeaten. And he doesn't fear Joshua. I don't think he fears Joshua. Or maybe what he's doing is, you know, maybe he's one of these guys that actually is scared of Joshua, and it's all a put on. But I don't believe that. I don't believe that for 1 second. I think he genuinely don't like Joshua. He doesn't like what he sees. So we'll see. We'll see. But you now have a guy that if he takes a good shot, got a good work rate, if he's got a good chin and a good work rate, and he's a big heavy set guy, and he can punch a bit, you have a problem. You have a problem. And he's able to absorb what Joshua's got and keep bundling forward and start throwing his own punches. And the crowd starts cheering for him. And he's in his backyard. And Joshua hasn't got the fans that he'd like in his back, you know, in his pocket like he has when he's in England. And he hasn't got the home creature comforts that he's got in England. And things start getting tough for him. And he's not in England. These are all things that nobody really knows. You can hope. If this fight was in England, I'd have been more, you know. But this is in America, and it's in Miller's backyard. Dangerous fight. You know, round 7, round 8, round 9, round 10. Miller's still there. He's chugging forward. And he throws one of them haymaker shots. He's coming. He's coming. I got no doubt Miller's coming. My only doubt is it enough? Olympic gold medalist Joshua. Pedigree is what Joshua has. Pedigree is one thing in terms of boxing skill and ability. Heart and guts, stuff you can't teach. Chin you can't teach. We've heard the numerous stories of Joshua being dropped in sparring, all the rest of it. But then Tyson Fury dropped Miller 7 times in sparring. But it's how he dropped him in sparring. Did he drop him in sparring through knocking him off balance? I can imagine that. Because Fury's the type of guy that'll make you miss and make you pay and making you fall through the ropes and knock you through the ropes that way. You know? So when people say, oh yeah, I knocked him down 7 times. Well, how did you knock him down 7 times? Was he off balance? Were you making him miss and making him pay and countering him? I mean, Fury's not a one-punch devastating knockout puncher. So it's either Miller's not got a very good chin, or Fury's making him miss and making him pay and knocking him off balance all the time that way. But Fury's a different type of fighter to AJ. Fury uses his legs and he moves around the ring and he's slippery as anything. Josh will stand right in front of you. So I'm not sure if we can look into that. So I'm paying not pay too much mind to that. So this is this fight for me could be more dangerous than Parker and more dangerous than Takam, just because it's away from home. if there is any mental weaknesses within Joshua, this is the fight where we'll find out. Away from home, a guy up in his face disrespecting him, a guy's not scared of him, and a guy is prepared to come and bring it unbeaten. That's a dangerous guy. That's the kind of guy like Oliver McCall, good chin, nothing to lose. Hey presto. James Buster Douglas, nothing to lose. Happens. Evander Holyfield, nothing to lose. Miller's got nothing to lose. So let us not for 1 second ignore the boxing gods. I'm going to tell you now how I see this whole playing out. Remember I told you guys before, Joshua was going to face Miller? This is how I see it going. Joshua faces Miller. White faces Brazil. Usyk faces Povetkin. And then guess what happens then? Should Joshua come through Miller, I think they'll go for Pulev. And then I think that that White will end up facing Usyk. That's how I think that game will go. White will end up facing Usyk if he beats Brazil. That's what I see happening. I told you that Miller was going to fight Joshua. I told you that Dillian Whyte versus Derek Chisora was a fight to nowhere. And you all said, nah, it's the road to somewhere. If Dillian beats him, he'll get the Joshua fight. I said, no, it's not happening. That's why I call it the road to nowhere. So I expect to see Hearn call out Usyk to fight Povetkin. And then for White to fight Brazil for this stupid interim title, which means basically nothing. And then from that, I expect to see Dillian Whyte face off against Usyk and not for a world title shot. I really do see that happening. This is what I see happen. But remember, I told you about the Dillian Whyte fight with Chisora, right? But just look how it works. The undercard. That's a good undercard. That's a good undercard fight. Look, check this out. That's a good undercard fight. People can see what Usyk's like. People can see what Dillian Whyte's like, and then try and make that fight happen afterwards. I would not be surprised. I'm not saying it's in stone, but that's how they operate. And it's not the first time this crap has happened before either. That's how I knew Derek Chisora and Dillian Whyte were going to fight, because Derek Chisora and Dillian Whyte were on the same card together, remember? And I said, these two are going to fight, and who the winner, if these two fight, and they both win their fights, they'll have the fight between Chisora and Whyte. You all laughed at me. Look what's happening now. That's how they operate. It keeps the money all in-house. Smart. Look, if Miller wins, he's still in-house, isn't he? He's still in-house. So they don't lose. The money still stays in-house. Now, if he fights Wilder, it's a different matter altogether. If Joshua goes and fights Fury and he loses, it's another thing altogether. It's in-house. They can kind of control that. They can curb that. They can handle that. That's smart shit. If you're going to take a loss, take it against the guy that is in the same camp with you guys. Any good promotion would do Joshua Ortiz, Usyk fights winner, but no, we are all calling you all. That's it. That's it indeed. That is it indeed. So, I just wait and see. But I want to hear, and I heard that tickets are already sold. From what I understood, the tickets have already been sold out for Joshua versus Miller. The tickets have been sold out yet, but they haven't even gone on sale yet. So you know how that's worked. Somebody's bought up a whole heap of tickets and they're going to sell them for double the price afterwards. That's how you sell your tickets, isn't it? Buy the tickets up early and then resell them afterwards. That's how you do it. That makes gate receipts look well as well. I'll see how much gate receipts they talk about this time round. But hey, it's not me hating. I just don't. I can't stand. People can't see the wood from the trees. It's so obvious what they're doing here. So obvious. So they better hope that Miller don't beat Joshua. They better hope not, because if he gets beat by if Joshua gets beat by Miller, not going to be good. Not going to be good. And the other thing is, you know, some guys, when they get beat, they come back stronger. Some guys, when they get their ass cracked, they don't come back the same fighter again. Don't come back the same fighter. They're always what keeps them unbeaten and makes them feel invincible. So let's just hope. Let's just hope that this fight, that what Miller's done is backfires for Joshua fans. So let's hope that it's all backfires. That Joshua trains harder than ever. And I expect Miller to keep on the bandwagon with the whole drugs thing, bring up the drugs thing. I expect to hear that. And asking for Joshua to be tested. I expect a whole heap of that stuff to come up. I really do. Because Miller's going to push that. He's going to push the envelope as much as he can. He's going to push the envelope. He's going to keep on pushing it. I'm sure he will. Unless they tell him to shut his mouth. Like, he's going to keep doing it. That's my belief, and that's my thoughts. There you go. I don't speak to be popular. I just speak to be honest with you. The big question is, well, the best question is this. The best chin in the world is one that don't get hit. If Miller can keep himself low gravity to the ground and not get hit on the chin, that's the best chin in the world. So, you know, the best chin in the world is one that doesn't get hit. If guys that fight with the chin in the air, you're always going to know how good their chin is, because their chin's up in the air, always ready to get taken out. So let's hope. You know, for Joshua fans, they want to hope and pray that Miller has not got a good chin, and as soon as Joshua hits him, he falls over. You want to hope that happens. But he hasn't done that against the top flight fighters. Didn't do it against Klitschko. Didn't do it against Takam. Didn't do it against Parker. But you didn't do it against 40-year-old Klitschko. But you all keep saying, you Joshua fans, that he's just a beast of a puncher. He didn't do it against Povetkin. Just speaking facts here. So I don't know where suddenly Joshua just goes and blasts guys out. If you talk about people blasting people out, then you can look at somebody like Wilder. Wilder's a guy that blasts people out because he's got a resume that shows you that. When was the last time Joshua had a clean, good knockout? Tell me. The Takam fight, the referee came in. The Parker fight went to points. The Povetkin fight was a good knockout in the end. But a lot of people thought Povetkin was past anyway. I thought Povetkin stood a good chance, and I thought Povetkin put up a good fight for the Povetkin fight. But that wasn't a 1-round, 2-round knockout job, and he got wobbled in that fight against Povetkin. I'm just stating what I see. What I see when I listen to Joshua fans, what I see is not what it is. Joshua had a string of knockouts against and knocking out top guys. You look at Wilder, he knocked out Ortiz, knocked out Stavern. You know, he shown devastating punching power. What he did with, what he did with Lajkovic, who was out on the floor with his leg up and shaking. That sort of scary sort of knockout power. So that sort of power, that violent knockout power, that's what I see with Miller. Because I've been on England Channel for months, and I only noticed a few weeks ago that I had been deleted by someone. I told you this. Let me remind everyone here that's listening to this and gets a chance to listen to this commentary. I want to let you all know this. YouTube on January the 12th to about the 17th, they went across people's YouTube channels and deleted about 2,000 people off my YouTube channel. They deleted 2,000 people, not spam. 2,000 people off my YouTube channel got deleted. So at the moment, before the percentage was on this channel, we had a percentage of, I think, 80% of our channel was subscribers. Now 93% of our channel is unsubscribed, people who have not subscribed. That's the percentage of people that got wiped out, or something like that. So there's a lot of people that have been unsubscribed to this channel, not because of me, but because of YouTube. I said this in a video previously. So yeah, please do check and see if you're subscribed to the channel, and please make sure there's notification. By the way, final point. I was with Stavern earlier this evening, and I can assure you that you will, those who are supporters and people who are on BWTM, you will be getting some special goodies before the Stavern Joyce fight. Typical BWTM style will give you something to look forward to before the fight. So that's something to look forward to as well. Anthony looks slimmer than some year before. Well, we'll see. We'll see with all this stuff, because he's going to go there, Miller. He's going to go there. And it's interesting because the stuff that Miller was talking about the 20 pounds and stuff, is a common conversation between boxing trainers all the time. How the hell this guy put on so much weight so quickly? And he mentioned things about bodybuilders. It's true. So Miller's no mug. Miller knows exactly what he's doing. But you got to ask yourself the question, why is Jerome Miller doing what he's doing? Why is he doing it? You know, why is he behaving the way he's behaving? I don't believe it's an act from Jerome Miller. I believe that's just the way he is. I really do. And he's doing what a fighter needs to do to become champion of the world. These guys are hungry, and now Joshua's the target. So I don't think he's trying to be nice to Joshua. He just wants the title. He just wants to rip the title from Joshua. So men like Miller don't see name, don't see OBE or MBE. Men like Miller don't see JD Sport. Men like Miller get inflamed by people that are not acting like themselves. So Miller and Dillian Whyte actually have something in common, in the sense that they both see a different side of AJ. They as far as they're concerned, he's not the guy. If he kept it real, as far as they're concerned, they say this guy's a fraud, and they're seeing beyond that stuff of him. I don't know AJ to see whether he's a fraud or not. It's not my business. But what I'm saying is that these guys like Miller and White, they're hungry, and they ain't got time. Men like that ain't got time for you're an OBE or an MBE, or you got sponsorship with JD, or you got a big house. They don't care. They just look at you as somebody who's preventing them achieving their dream. They look at you as a man that is stopping them taking food off the table in their house. That's how they view Joshua. You British, but you boxing fans, particularly Joshua fans, get very sensitive when I talk about him, and your way to respond is dislikes. It's not going to stop me talking about him. The fact of the matter is this, and it's not a hating thing either. I'm just trying to explain to you why Miller's acting the way he's acting, because they don't. That's why Dillian Whyte has got no time, not interested in what Joshua's got to say. Either you're fighting or not. You know. See, Miller's a bad actor. He's not a bad actor. That's how Miller is. That was real talk. That's no acting there. That's real talk. That's real talk. I'm telling you, that's no acting there. That's real talk. That's real talk. That's not acting there. Miller's not talking. Miller's not talking. Miller ain't acting. That's real talk. You are acting like Miller's the first guy that's ever done crap like that. New York. I expect that. Remember, Tyson was from Catskill, New York, right? You got Tyson that came from New York. You got Shannon Briggs that came from New York. Look at Shannon Briggs. Let's go, champ. And then Mike Tyson never had to clean his mouth on him. So I don't know. I don't know what. I don't know who the people are that think that Miller is acting out of self. That's just how Miller. That's how he is. I'm not surprised. If Miller was anything else than that, I'd be surprised. telling you. Miller was not going to let Joshua, like how Joshua does to other opponents, stand over them and look over them. And he wasn't interested in that shit. He said, no, that you ain't playing that shit with me. You try and stand over me and do that shit. I'm going to get that shit away from me. That's what he's thinking. And he would have got it in his mind and thought, you know what, I ain't letting, and he don't like him. And the whole lie, he's got to ensure he don't like him. That puts the extra fire in his belly. That's how he's got to train. So it is. You know, I don't know, just because that Joshua fans worship Joshua, it doesn't mean that his opponents must worship him. It's like, you know, you can't say anything about Joshua. And Joshua, Joshua fans, you can't say anything. Joshua fans are like Golovkin fans. See, Golovkin got beat, so they're around Joshua. But they're not loyal people, because as soon as Joshua gets beat, they'll jump to Tyson Fury. Or if Tyson Fury gets beat, they'll jump to Wilder. These people are not honest. They're not loyal people. They're fickle. And they just go to the next fashion. And as soon as Joshua gets beat, they'll run to Dubois, or they'll jump to Miller. Today, they'll say, oh, Miller's crap, he's fat, he's this and that. Miller wins. Oh, yeah, I told you, Miller's a great fighter. Boxing fans are some of the most disloyal fans in the world. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. And the goalposts are ridiculous. Floyd beats Canelo. Before he went to fight Canelo, oh yeah, Floyd's ducking Canelo. He's scared of Canelo. Oh, Canelo's gonna smash Floyd. He's too big. He's this, is that. Floyd kicks his ass. Yeah, you know, well, Canelo lost the weight, and Canelo was too young, and he experienced. But now, if he fought Floyd now, yeah, he beat Floyd now. What the crap? He's never good enough. If Floyd had gone up and moved to middleweight and he beat Golovkin's off, well, Golovkin, who'd he fight anyway? Do you know what I mean? It's never ending. Never ending. Well, Vlad, you're the third person tonight that's asked me that question. And I just got to wonder, what if Vlad is coming back, what is he planning to do? And who's he going to go and sign with? And what would he plan? I mean, he's training. I know he's training. I know he was sparring with Usyk hard. He was sparring hard with Usyk. So I don't know. I don't know what the plan is, and how, if Vlad's going to come back, who would he come back against? And what would be the plot? What would be the deal? Maybe it's a 3-fight deal. Who knows? Don't know. I don't know. I can find out more information about it, though. So, yeah, I just wanted to talk about that. I want to talk about the reaction to Joshua versus Big Baby Miller. I just want a good fight, to be honest. I just want a good fight. All the pushing and shoving, all that stuff, and the talking, that's fine. I just want a good fight. I want Miller to be the real deal. And I want Joshua to be able to overcome any mental challenges that he may face being an American, being away from home and the fans, and then want to see a great fight. That's what I want to see. Because I just want to see great fights. So yeah, I just want to see great fights. So I mean, to be honest, if Vlad's going to come back, if I were Vlad, I'd come back and go for that WBA title that Charles got and win that title. If I were Dillian White, I would have done the same thing too. But there you go. Yep, I think I'm done. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button. And on Saturday night, just before Stavern versus Joyce, we will be playing for you all some videos. That's about it from BWTM Online. Don't forget to check out my interview I did with Stavern a couple of nights ago. That was quite good. I know. I know. I know. Right. I'm out of here. Have a great night. Thank you all for watching. This has been BWTM Online. Don't forget to rate, subscribe, leave comments, and of course, hit the notification button. We're out. We'll see you soon.